Welcome to my studio again. I'm here covered in sawdust. I've created my little nest at the edge of my work table, my worktop here, and I'm just I've got my rotary tool here, and I'm hacking away at some bits of wood. And just wanted to sort of share my sort of thinking on stuff. It's going through my brain at the moment. So I'm sanding this piece here, which I've just carved these bits out with the rotary tool, and sort of thinking about what I was going to do next, and sort of thinking about the nature of improvisation and the fact that so far on this piece I haven't planned it at all. So that's carving something out of a bit of wood, and I started off by drilling a circle in it with a circle cutter. Which I was intending to go all the way through, like I've done with this one. Hello. But my drill ran out of battery. It's just a rechargeable drill, and I don't have I don't know where the cable is. So I can't charge it. I've got two drills, they're both out of battery. I'm presuming the cables, the chargers are in the same place, and I can't, wherever that is, I can't find them. And I spent a while looking and then got bored with that, and so I was like, well, what else can I do with this in the meantime? So I thought, well, I'll try carving out this centerpiece, the bit that I drilled into with the rotary tool. Just went in there and just literally like this, carving. Slowly wearing it down into this hole. Whoops. And then quite liked it. I was going to see if I could go all the way through, but actually I thought organically started carving a sort of a bowl, and I was like, actually I quite like this. So I sort of just ended up doing that, and I thought, well, actually let's do another ring on the outside. Why? Because I think it might look alright. So I did that, and I'm sort of trying to make that nice and even, and trying to sort of tidy it up a bit. And I don't need it to be perfect at all. I don't want it to look like a machine did it. But you know, I do want it to at least look symmetrical and consistent. And then sort of thinking, well, what do I do next? And I think when people think about improvisation in terms of, you know, organically creating something, that it has to be fast. You sort of got this sort of sense of an abstract painter splashing paint on a canvas in some fit of wild, quasi-spiritual passion. And I've never really been much for that, partly because you finish things so quickly. I'm a bit of a record with a crack in it with this stuff, but for me art is all about the process. So, you know, if I did something that was immediate and fast and, you know, full of rage and passion and so on, and splashed all over a canvas, no matter how good or bad it looked, it would be over really quickly. And then I'll be like, well, what do I do now, right? And I'll have to now start another piece. But I think there's this sort of general sense that when you want to do something that's you know, that's spontaneous and improvised and unplanned, it has to be done quickly. Whereas I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, you know, even the case with sort of improvised music like jazz or something, you know, John Coltrane or Miles Davis, it's it's one decision at a time. They just take their decisions more quickly, and either way, you're just saying, well, I played this note, or I made this mark, or I drilled this hole, and now I've got to decide what to do next, and so you make a decision, and that's easy enough if what you're doing is copying a picture or something, or painting someone's portrait. To a degree, at least your decision's made by some need to make that a representation of the thing in front of you. But if you're doing sort of this abstract-ish, I guess, the next decision I make on this, well, maybe I'll do another circle, who knows. But it will take a while for me to actually make that happen. It takes a while to carve out these, marks, grooves, and areas of relief on these, and it's actually really hard wood. And the wood's made up of lots of different pieces of wood, which are layered in different ways. You can see the grain is going across there and up there, and the different thicknesses and different densities of the wood. It's actually quite hard to carve, because you'll go through one bit and it goes really quickly, and then you'll go through another bit and it takes ages, and it ends up really inconsistent in terms of depth and very pockmarked, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it means you have to be quite focused and mindful when you're doing it, and so it takes a time to do, and I find it incredible, despite the noise. I find it incredibly relaxing, and really, really mindful, and slow, and it takes quite a while, even for a piece of wood this big, similar size here that I did the back as well. Again, made this one up as I went along, and just chill. I mean, it's just, I'm looking at my clock and it's getting freezing in here. It's probably close enough zero outside, so it's only slightly warmer in here with my heater on, and thinking I should go into the house and join my wife, and I'm quite happy to do that, but also I'm just so completely absorbed by this process, and I'm sort of sitting there thinking, well, look, I've done this much now, I should probably stop, but I'm just so sort of excited by what the next thing is going to look like, and how it's going to feel to do it, and how I look forward to these moments of absorption where I'm completely gone. I just forget about time and responsibility and everything, and just do what it is I'm doing. And I wonder if that's sort of the opposite to a lot of people who can't wait to be doing the next thing that feels like they're doing something, big, special, portentous, to create memories. Whereas I'm almost looking to create the complete absence of memories. I want to just be involved in doing this. My memory's here, look. It's on this bit of wood. This piece of sort of slowly improvised work has a memory carved in it that, it's going to be around for a very long time. And we all know that human memory is insanely mutable, and really not very reliable. And also I have a tendency to remember the bad stuff with a little bit more clarity than I perhaps should. And but this is a good memory, right? And I can look at it, and I can read any number of things into it. And I really enjoy it. It's lovely, and also it's such a tactile process working with wood. And so many smells and sounds and sights and feelings and various sensations. Apart from the fact that I don't have a face mask, so I keep on coughing and I'm like breathing in, my snot is black with sawdust. I've got a face mask coming tomorrow. I've got a pair of goggles which are pretty much essential if you're doing this, because even with the glasses I've got dust going up into my eyeballs. So I've got a sort of full face mask with filters on it coming tomorrow, hopefully, so I can stop choking on my own sawdust. But I don't know where I was digressing from then, but yeah, memories on wood. And I got lots more. And I've got all these little, another one, hold on, I'll be back. Another one here. These are all the bits of the door that I reclaimed. So I've sawed it up into lots of little bits. Seem like the best use, that can stand up on their own like that. And then I've got, from the various logs that I've collected, I've got these that I've cut cross sections off. So I've been playing around. Where's one like that, where I've started carving bits out of it. But what I've noticed that these are still quite moist. These were cut from a tree quite recently, and they need to dry, and they're not drying very quickly in this freezing studio. And I'm sort of learning why you kind of need wood to dry, because it's quite hard to work with when it's still quite damp all the way through like this. Of course, I could have just Googled or YouTubed it, but I'm the sort of person that learns by doing things and making mistakes, and I kind of have to. And so that's what I've been doing, and I've been experimenting and going, well, actually, I think I just need to leave those alone until it warms up a bit and they've had the chance to dry. But I've been on the hunt today and found some more bits of wood. I found a really big sort of old signpost, a wooden signpost, just lying by the side of the road. So I picked that up and brought it home. I must have looked like a right old weirdo, with a sort of a big sort of tree branch in one hand and a massive plank of wood in the other, like some sort of weird hobo wood hoarder. But you know, this stuff is out there, it's just going to get thrown away otherwise, and it's free. No one wants it. It was at the side of the road and it's been there for days and weeks, probably months even, and it looks terrible. So I thought, well, I might as well have that, and I've done a bit of the job that otherwise the council would have to do. I'm going to have to let it dry out a bit, but I can saw it up and make another big block like these, or something I can cut up into smaller bits and carve away, and hopefully it's not too rotten, which is what I guess I'll find out when it's dried a bit more. But there you go. I'm now just rambling, but memories in wood. Yeah, I'm sure you can carve memories out of lots of different things, but I probably should stick with the wood for the moment. I also have a memory in the form of videos, which is this. Have a good evening.